Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention?
Showtime. It's showtime.
It's showtime.
Showtime!
Round up the usual suspects.
We take films really seriously.
Serious. You talking to me? You talking to me?
I get 6 out of 10. But you can't handle the truth.
You can do it!
It's all for me serious.
Yeah, baby!
Thank you so much.
Welcome to the band.
I'm sitting with a huge icon today. If you don't know who this man is, then I don't know. You should just leave the room. He's a huge, huge icon. Talk about BAFTAs, Academy Awards. Legendary, handsome, dashing, smooth talking, fantastic Mr. John Cleese. Thank you for
well, thank you for giving me some time to try and get people to see this lovely movie.
So you're back now on the second one?
I'm back for the premiere of the second one tonight. Excuse me, I've not seen it yet, so it's going to be quite interesting. But I had dinner with the producers last night and John Van der Rijk, the writer. And I learned a great deal. And the interesting thing is, I thought the first film was terrific because it was such a balance between humor and, you know, sadness, loss, Gecko dying and all this kind of thing. But apparently some people in South Africa who knew the novels thought it wasn't as funny as they were expecting. And this movie is different. This is apparently, all the audiences are saying this, it's much funnier. It's faster and it's funnier. And there are a couple of touching moments, but the balance is much more towards the humor. So I think that people who found the first one a good movie, but not quite what they were expecting, they're going to prefer Spud 2.
Actually, I was going to ask you that later on about the difference between the two films. Because obviously, the first one had so much emotion and it was so personal.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
so, that's right. But you see, sometimes people have expectations, and if you disappoint those expectations, then they may still enjoy what they're seeing, but there's a little bit of them that thinks, well, it's not quite what I was expecting.
For you as an actor, now that it's the second movie, obviously with the first one, you getting used to the new cast, and there's a whole...
Yes, getting used to this bunch.
Yeah,
and the extraordinary thing is
crazy
how
people.
well they were cast.
Yeah.
Because when I was performing with them, you know, when we were running the scenes, I always thought to myself, it's like they're not acting at all, they're just being themselves. And that's the key to film acting. It's not true of the theatre, but it is on film. And there was a wonderful job done of casting this crowd. And it was great that our interaction felt almost so natural, it could almost have been happening in real life, you know.
Did you prepare any differently for this one?
Well, I was interested because I was being asked to do things in this role that were touching and that were more to do with interesting dramatic relationships and not just comedy, which is what I get given most of the time. So it was lovely to go into new areas, unexplored areas, because it is honestly much more interesting.
And Gov in this film is obviously at a different place compared to the first one.
Yes, that's right, because in the first one was all about is he going to be with his wife or is he not going to be with his wife? Yeah. And in Spud 2, the wife's not there. She obviously got fed up with his drinking and left. But it's like the Bond movies. You know, Bond always finishes up with this beautiful girl. In the beginning of the next movie, she's gone. Maybe he killed her or something. But anyway, he's gone. She's gone, and nobody ever says whatever happened to her. You know, so nobody says, well, whatever happened to the wife. He knows Spud better, and he knows John Milton better. And the relationship is strained. There's more. They spent more time together. There's even more trust than there was. There's more communication, two-way communication between them. So it's a little bit different.
That's actually my next question. Your chemistry, on-screen chemistry with Troy is fantastic. That's,
I'm really pleased. I'm really pleased people feel that. But there is some connection between the two of us, and it's just that we like each other, we trust each other. And I've always liked working or teaching with younger people because I think that you have to realize as you get older, you're not any more intelligent than they are. You've just been around longer, so you know more. And if you treat people as your intellectual equals, then you get a great rapport. And this fellow's every bit as smart as I am, and he's got so much talent as an actor. He's more of a natural talented actor than I am. And it's extraordinary in the scenes when he comes up with suggestions, because I think, well, he's so young, how could he know that that's a good suggestion? You know, why would he come up with that? And it's just talent. Wow. But we like each other, and I think we have a curiosity about each other. I want to know more about him, and he wants to know about me, and somehow that happens off screen, but it also continues on screen.
South African talent, what's your take on it?
Very good. So many good actors. So many good actors. Mind you, it's a little bit what I discover all over the world, which there are so many good actors and, incidentally, so few good writers. I mean, you should see most of the scripts I get sent there. Not very good. In other words, they stink.
Yeah.
I mean, about 70% of them are hopeless.
Yeah.
But this is why when this first one arrives for Spud 1, my agent rang me up, Phil McIntyre rang me, and he said, "You've got to read this. This is a really good script." And I read it. I said, "Right, I'm doing it." I get one like that about every 10 years. I'm not joking. I mean, it's about 10 years since I had a really good role.
I guess everyone wants to be in front of the camera.
That's, well, yeah, but it's something I think that they're slightly different. I mean, acting is interpretative rather than creative. There is a creative spell at the beginning of a day's filming when you and the other actors and the director figure out how to make the thing work, because that's almost part of the writing process. But once you've figured out how to do it, then it just becomes a matter of focus and technique that you can keep producing the same scene again and again and again in a way that enables the editor to cut it together as the director moves cameras around. It becomes technique after that.
Yeah.
It's not the most exciting thing, it's just doing your job as well as you can.
What's next for you now after this film? I actually just spoke to Troy and he told me there's a third one that's been
Yes, in
greenlit.
about 2 weeks I'm going down to Cape Town to shoot to Spud 3, but before that I've got to go to Port Elizabeth where I'm performing on Saturday and Sunday, then back to down to Cape Town for 2 shows, and then back to Joburg for 5 shows in 3 days. Going to be a bit tiring, and then 1 show in Durban. And then, as I say, when we go down and do Spud 3 again, which will be great. I hope the crew are the same as last time.
Yeah.
Great bunch.
Well, we're going to be looking forward to that Spud 3. I can't wait. And I just want to thank Mr. John Cleese again for having us sit down with us. And he is as dashing and as wise and as handsome and
living legend
as he is on screen. And thank you, sir, for your time.
Thank you.